Alright everybody, this is Splinter47 here. I'm just going to do a video on Windows 8. Yes, I went in. I didn't think I'd actually get it. Because I just felt that there was no need for me to get it. And then I heard about the promos that Microsoft was doing, that if you purchased a laptop with Windows, with the Windows operating system on it, probably 7, because that's the standard now for newer laptops, and probably 8 will be one of the ones as well in the coming future. And you'd get a promo code that you can input when you're going to purchase Windows 8 and get a discount. So instead of me paying $39.99 for it, which if I wouldn't have purchased Windows 8 for that price, but being able to get a reduced price on it. There we go, sequencer installed. I'll show you the apps there that's going on here. Instead of having to purchase at $39.99, $14.99 seemed like a pretty good deal. I don't know how long was this going to last, so I decided to bite the bullet and get in on it and see what Windows 8's about. Merely out of curiosity. I mean, I had really had not really much problems with Windows 7, so sorry, I'm distracted here with this football game going on in the background and Windows 8. So I'm going to show you. As you can see, there's no start button, which might be a make or break deal, or no, make or break for some people that won't even bother getting 8 because no start button. And so far from when I've been using it, I realized I used the start button a lot more than I used that thing a lot more than I didn't, because I didn't think I used it as much as I did. But when it's gone, it's sort of something I keep going back on and accidentally hovering over to and seeing, oh yeah, I forgot there's no button. And I mainly use it for control panels, so that's why I have the little shortcut down there in the taskbar. But if you're willing to overlook that and willing to kind of work around that, and definitely if you're an experienced user of Windows and Windows 7 in general, like I like to say I am, and you probably won't have too much of an issue with operating Windows 8. I can see how this operating system will throw some people off. It's very new. It's different than in the past operating systems, and I can see how someone would get absolutely lost. What the hell they're doing? And that's why I think that's one of the kind of little cons that Windows 8 has got going for. And I don't know, we'll see if they have a good manual in there for people to read, which I don't even read those. But if they have some sort of I think one of the best things I saw in operating system was in Linux operating system. I think it was called Linux, whatever the name of that was. But it's meant to kind of emulate the look of a Mac. So if you're like the look of a Mac, and I tried that out for a little bit. And before you even got to use it, you would first install it, obviously. And as you're installing it, and rather than sit there staring at the screen, which not a lot of people do, they just kind of get up and walk around and do other things until that thing is done installing. One of the good things that the developers of Linux, I'm messing up that operating system, they had a video play while you were installing, kind of giving you a little history lesson on Linux and it's just things of that nature. And I don't recall if they had a video of teaching how to use it, but if Microsoft can incorporate something like that, I think that'd be something very beneficial to casual users of Windows, definitely Windows 8, while they're waiting for their install to be done, and just have different like moments of someone using it and what to do and what these things do and something like that while the installation is going on. I don't know if it could be done without compromising the time it takes to install it. I'm sure there's some way to do it. If Linux can do it, I'm sure Microsoft can do it. but that's saying too much. But bashing, I'm not bashing Microsoft. I like Microsoft mainly because everything that I use works for Microsoft in Windows, so I have no other choice but to use it. Because I liked using Ubuntu for a while, but just I got to the point where it'd be nice if I had this program to work with Linux, and there's too much work to be done in order to get it to work. But I just went back to Windows 7, and then I decided to try out 8 out of curiosity, and so far it's not bad. I'm enjoying it. I like the look of it and things like that. I'm very shallow when it comes to operating systems. I like them to look as, gorgeous and luxurious as possible. I like to have my own unique look to an operating system, because you're going to be looking at it for a lot of the time, almost whatever, depending on how you use it. You're going to be looking at that for a fair amount of time. I'm trying to cancel this goddamn install for a fair amount of time, so it's not as completely customizable as Linux is, but they're getting there. One of the main things that it's a nice addition that they added was being able to customize the lock screen, which, if you already are familiar with all the hacks and tweaks you can do to go around that, you could just do that. But at least with Windows 8, they have it here available to you, so you can choose from a variety of pictures and lock screens to use, and also to browse and upload and just use your own wallpaper that you have, and start screens. A lot of colors, so if you're not a fan of one color, you'll definitely be all over the place. I'm certainly like changing it up, so I'm sticking with this little kind of blue color that's going on here for the whole desktop Metro look, and a variety of other factors here. Also, you have to have, if you don't have one already, I think it's something, if you're not even going to use it, that's fine, but I would recommend getting an Outlook email so that you can download these apps if you were planning to download any of these apps from the Microsoft Store, or whatever it's called, and if you were going to download any of these things, it's sort of similar to what Google has, because they got their own store, and incorporating the look of pretty much the Metro look for the 360 dashboard, which is already prevalent on the start screen here, and that's something that is there if you would want to have it. I just downloaded one earlier. I think it went off and sequencer. See what this is. It's messing with things. I got Netflix. I haven't tested out what that Netflix app looks like on Windows 8. Okay, load sequencer. I guess it's a beat making machine, so I'll just go all over the place. And from the look of this, it already sees that it might be something that would work optimally and on a touchpad. Oh crap! There you go. I just went deaf for a second. I got my headset on full blast. God damn. There it is. Now how do I get out of here? Home. I don't know. There isn't really any X or exit out of these apps. You have to go to either the top corner. Move your mouse to the top corner or the bottom. It's kind of have this workspace interface like Linux has, so that's kind of cool. Have them have these on the same screen, so that's a nice little thing there. So go back to get out of here. So the way to close these apps out is to go to this area on the workspace and close it. So that's an interesting right there. There we go. So that is Windows 8. And I did a prior video. I had to redo this video again because the audio didn't record at all. And the only thing that, I don't know if you could change this in the settings, but when you're running programs, the way I had it on Windows 7, they rarely ask me if I should, about the permission levels and things like that. I already turned down the user access control to the bottom, and some programs that require the delete programs, like the super file shredder, I try to use to delete something, and it wouldn't delete it because it didn't have privilege control or permissions. So I had to close that out and do it again, and then run the program as an administrator, and then go to the settings on super file shredder to add administrative rights to it, so I don't have to keep right-clicking it and adding administrative rights to it. So I don't know if anyone out there is watching this and knows how to, I don't know where the settings are, so that all the programs that I run can be run as administrator. I don't know if that's something that's possible. I'm sure there's a reason why they want you to run it as administrator or not. I guess security reasons, but I don't know. That's the way I had it in 7. So leave me a comment there if you happen to know. I'll just Google it myself. But that's pretty much it. There are there's other stuff here. So Windows Update and all that jazz. And notifications. Show app notifications. I don't know. I hardly get a notification from these things. I guess if you have a notification off from the music, it'll probably tell you what the next track is. That's pretty cool. Again, this is just building upon what Windows 7 did and improving it a little bit, and making the boot time a bit faster and running, and doesn't use as much resources as 7, and just has this Metro thing on top of the desktop, pretty much. So it's really a matter of preference. If you're curious to try it out, I'd recommend you download. I don't know if there's a version, whether either there be the preview version or consumer version of it. I know it's not the final version of it, but you get at least a sense of what it's going to be about. And run it on VirtualBox or VMware, if you're familiar with how to run another operating system within your operating system, the virtualization, then that'd be something worth considering. But if you really want to try something new and want something that's has a lot of customization to it and has things that appeal to you, like these apps with their social media things and just a lot of variety of things, and I don't think it's if you can get it for $14.99, I think it's worth at least checking out and seeing if you really want to stay with Windows 8. But for the most part, a lot of the things that all the programs that I have do run fine on Windows 8. If they don't, I think the Windows 8 goes to the compatibility thing, so it'll run the program as Windows 7. So that's not an issue there. I don't mind the music app. It's a nice little add-on there. I'm not sure why it's not loading up. I don't know why it's not installing. I had it installed earlier and it wasn't. I guess it's not gonna happen for this one. For this video. Anyways. So yeah, this is more of an impressions than anything else. I just got this a couple of hours ago. I've just been messing around with it. Again, if you're a casual user, I really wouldn't recommend you getting this because it can be a little confusing just from the start of this, and it's more as like I said before, it would be a lot easier to have some sort of better way of explaining this to newer users if they were going to install this and use it. So this is pretty much all the programs here that you have. Normally that would be on the start button, but they're all here, and if you don't happen to see the one that you have, you usually have to search it out and put it in here. That's a little counterintuitive if you ask me, but I usually have all the stuff that I use. Oh crap! I usually have all the stuff I use right here on the desktop, so I really don't worry about that too much. And yeah, again, I'll most likely do a review of this when I start using it more and give you more of my final thoughts on it. But never, that's really all about it that I have to show. I know there's other stuff I probably missed out on that I might be curious on, but I probably haven't even figured it out or watched it myself. Thanks everyone for watching. This is Splinter47 signing off.